Hello, everyone. I know some of you guys might be getting your notices now. Notices might be getting, yeah, notices. I think they're called notices. I'm on a little early because I got a lot of things that I want to get done. And here comes my cat. For some reason, she is deciding to be here, to be with me, and for me to pet her as I'm on here today. So welcome everybody. My name is Mary June Tracy. I'm a psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and coming to you with a little bit of the 411 and of the energies of the day. And wanting to explain a lot of things that are happening within our world and get a better perspective of what is going on. And because the energies are good. Like astrologically, really, we're in a very beautiful alignment with planets. And, there's a few sextiles going on. Now, when the planets are having sex, I really think that's a good thing, because they're happy, right? They're having a good time up there. And here we have with Mars and Venus sextiling over to Neptune. Neptune is the dream lord. There is dreams and energies that are wanting to open up for us to create those dreams, to create that newness for us. Neptune is and Mercury are having a sextile together. So they're having to want to create something, having this communication. Information is coming out. There is this magical hallway, I'm going to call it, because that's what it's kind of like showing it to me, this magical hallway, that when we step into it and we're like bringing in what we are wanting to create within this, as we are wanting, it is also coming forth where, all right, where are my blocks? I'm bringing in and keeping my heart open, keeping an understanding of, all right, this is what I need to work on and to help and aid me. And that could be something to do with education. That could be something to do with learning how to relate to your partner in a more caring, loving way, or having that understanding that, all right, we're not going on the same road together. There is going to be some changes that we need to make. Projects, maybe there's changes you have to make in your business, but you've been afraid to do it because you've been so frozen in time because of the last few years that you're afraid that, all of this fear is coming out. And of course, there is that fear of war. War is being blasted everywhere, all through the media. Now, yeah, it's there. We're not saying it's not there. But here is, again, education. Why is this happening? What is this all about? When we had World War One and World War Two, people weren't asking these questions. Some were, some weren't. A lot of people were, they didn't have social media. So, I mean, you got a newspaper and you read the newspaper and you believed whatever came through the newspaper. We are now gifted with so many ways of finding out information. This is not what the elites want us to know. This is not what they want you to have. They don't want you to have this information. They don't want you to be in alignment. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to be able to create a new reality for yourself. They want to keep you down. They want you to be scared. They want you to just toe the line. But here we come in and it's just like, but I can't toe the line. I don't want to toe the line. I want to do something different. I want to learn something. I was just listening to Kim Tabay, and she's a beautiful artist from LA, and I love Kim. And she was just talking about the Munaki rights, and she received them. I received the Munaki rights a long time ago. A couple times, I think 2 or 3 times I received them. They're absolutely beautiful. They're beautiful rites that you come together and to help to cleanse and clear different parts of your alignment. And if you're wanting more information, you can look up Kim Tabay, or because I think she's going to be doing a ceremony on it. I'm going to pass the torch on to her because she's so beautiful. And if you're wanting to find out on your own, you can look up Munaki rites. They are something that is transformational. And I forgot about them, because it's been a long 15 plus years since I've done them or more. I think 15. But this is where, coming again, why, this is part of a foundation that I have that I need to bring back up and to reevaluate it, or look at it again, and step into these beautiful energies again, to do some whatever cleansing I need to be doing at this time. Um, there we go. Muniki writes. I'm just going to read this. So the Muniki writes bring in, there's the seer's right, the harmony right, the bands of power, the healer rights, the daykeeper rights, the wisdom keeper rights. There's also the womb rights, the healing of the womb. These rights are brought forth from the Himalayas. They are brought down through the Andes and the Amazon. And there's 9 rights. There's 9 rights that help you to align in different ways. And there's many different shamans that do that. And if you're interested in receiving these rights, they're very gentle, they're very loving. These rights are the only they're stages of initiation, but possibly steps of evolution of humanity. They are also bringing forth your story. It helps you to have the ability to destroy the world, the ability to destroy the old world so you can step into the new earth. Many times we have blocks and we don't understand these blocks. We don't understand what these alignments that are happening around. That's why I say education is key. That's why I say there's so many things that are out there. And I love it when I can pass on to another teacher what they are doing. And I'll just write in the chat here her name if you're interested, Kim today. Absolutely fabulous artist. Totally love her. And she is from LA, so you can look her up. But when she was talking about it, it really got me reminding me, because the energies are such opening and such transformational, that for me to go back into my meditations with each of these rights again, which I can do, because after you receive them, they're there with you, and it's just coming back in and just allowing yourself to reinitiate things. It's like when you learn something maybe from a long time ago and it's there. It's kind of like French, it's there, but it might take a little bit to brush it off. But once you start getting into the flow, it opens up those doorways that you had shut. And so when it opens up these doorways again, it starts to allow for that energy to reflow and regoing. Even though it was there, it's allowing for you to step back into it. And that's the same way I found with astrology. Many of you will find within your own DNA, within your own from past lives, when you step into something, say planting or herbs or anything like that, all of a sudden you're like, I don't know why I know this information. And it starts flooding in for you because you've opened up that doorway again. You've allowed for that energy to come through for you to utilize it and access it. Again, that's the same way with the Muniki rights. So looking into them, if you've received the rights already, go back, take a look at what those rights were, and take some time and meditate with them, and see where those parts and those keys are opening up for you, and what maybe you are having issues with, in order for you to receive the beauty and the abundance of the energies that are coming in. Okay. So that's where the energy is. The energy is very opening. We had some beautiful cards. You can see it on my tarot reading. These cards that came that were the major arcanas were very strong today, meaning that here it is, awaken to what is transforming and unfolding for you. That's what the major arcanas are. The major arcanas are the major story of our life. What is that major story of our life? The minor ones are the fillers. filling in the little details. So the details are coming in. There's major events that are happening within our lives and within the collective consciousness. Major events are unfolding. It's stepping in and seeing what are these major events that are unfolding for me. This energy is a transformational one, especially where Pluto is, where Mercury is coming in with meeting up with the sun, or meeting up with Saturn, should I say. And then we have with Pluto coming in with Mars and Venus coming together for the third time. God is showing us there is a greater way for us to come and unite. We saw some of the activation when we had a peaceful gathering, coming together, where people were gathering together peacefully, in harmony, working together. It was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. All of a sudden, people were coming together, creating a community, being able to feed others, because we came together as a community. When we start doing more and more of that, this is where things the outside starts to crumble, because they can't gather it. They can't grab a hold of it, because it is that of the love, the generosity, the kindness, that's one of the gene keys, is this kindness key. It is within us. We have a natural energy within us that we want to help one another. We have an empathy. We see it every time there's a major disaster in the world. What happens? People flood in to help one another. And this kindness key was trying to be broken away from us for the last couple of years. And it's coming up and resurging. This kindness is coming up and resurging within us, so that we are able to reconnect with one another and have that empathy, to have that connection. It's so important. I posted, I found, somebody sent me a clip of the Russians and Ukrainian dancing. Why are they dancing? Why are they dancing? They shouldn't be dancing, because they're showing us bombs blowing up. They're showing artillery fighting. We shouldn't be seeing things that are good coming out of there, should we? Think about it. There's more to this than meets the eye, and that's why I say education is the key. Finding out about what is going on and how this is transforming. When we get down into the mundane, because we got Uranus in Taurus, we have Pluto in Capricorn, is getting you to see what's going on in this world. One is fixed, one is cardinal. What's going on in this world that we have to take a deeper dive look into. So what is the things that run our world? Yes, we know there's love and there's kindness, but when we get down to what a Taurus is and what Venus is, because Venus is in Capricorn, what runs the world? Money. Understanding the money is so important. I used to be like, I don't want to understand money. I don't want to understand money. But when I started to look at and started to really, okay, money's energy. Yes, I understand that. How am I going to embrace this? How am I going to understand it? The more we understand it, the more we start to look at things with fresh eyes. When we start to see pharmaceutical money's made more money in the last 2 years than they have in their whole entire time of being a pharmaceutical company. Oh, okay, there's something up with that. All right. This is mundane. This is the mundane. Spiritual is there, but we keep our connections open, because it's as above, so below. We keep our connections of saying, yes, God is showing me, the road that I need to go on, but I also have to be aware, right? We live in a 3D world. We have to be aware of what's happening. That means that we're not going to go out blindly and go through a minefield and we think that God's going to protect us. He might, but I mean, you're going through a minefield. It's understanding, okay, this is not where I want to walk through. That's not the direction I want to go into. I want to go over here. I want to go into a different direction. I want to do van life. I want to go and buy a van and tootle around the world. Okay. What does that look like? What is that? There's things that you have to look at and things that, it's just not hopping into a van. You got to make sure things are working, right? So there's education you have to do there, right? If you want to open a business, there's education you have to do there. So this is the key. This is the mundane. Yes, the divine is guiding us for this newness. It's guiding us. But you have to understand the fundamentals. If you're not understanding the fundamentals, if you're not taking that into account, then you're going to be flapping in the wind, and there is no boundaries with Neptune, and there is no boundaries with Jupiter there. They will take you on a magical ride. They'll take you on a magical ride, and you'll be like, where the fuck am I? So we need to do the mundane. We need to do the muggle work. That brings in the creation of everything else. That brings in the creation of what it is that we are wanting to do. It's like planting a garden. It's like building a house. You have to dig the hole for the house. You have to put the foundations in and the footings and everything else. You have to understand you can't be one of the little piggies and just, I'm going to just build it out of twigs. You can. Well, it may not keep you through a Canadian winter. Just saying. So here we are. This is the foundation. This is what Pluto is saying. What is coming up? I am revealing all this garbage to you. Mars and Venus are coming through and say, we're clearing this all up for you because we're bringing you in alignment for something new. What is it what you want to do? And you might be saying, oh gosh, I don't know. I've been so scared about things and I am so hurt and wounded and I'm not mentally working and whatever it is. Then what do you need to do to get mentally well? What is the first step that you need to do? Do you need a counselor? Do you need a reading? Do you need book in? Let's get an astrological reading going. What do you need in order for you to help? Do you need a friend to say, hey, you know what? Right now, I'm really fucked in the head right now. I need help. Can you talk with me? Can we play a game? What do you need? Can we go for a walk? That's part of it. That's part of what this is, because we don't want you to get too much crazy into your head and get into the fear and the damnation of self. And that's what they want to show you. They want to show you the fear and the damnation. Can you imagine like everybody starting and saying, no, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing this. We saw it for 3 weeks. No, we're not doing this. We're not going to go in that direction. We're going into a different direction. Why did all of a sudden the PM decide not to do the Emergency Act? People are saying, you're going to do what with our accounts? Was not expecting people to come back and say, we're not doing this. We're not following in your alignment. We're not following with what you are saying. My heart is telling me something else. We're finding more of that. And the beauty about it is like the secrets that are coming out that we are finally seeing. The secrets. Now, another one, when we find out the secrets, and some of them aren't even secrets, they're just right there plainly in our eyes, but we've had our heads up our asses so long that we didn't want to take a look. We got so consumed in our little world and our fear, which they hoped that you stayed in, that this is coming out. And people get angry. Like, how many people got angry because I posted Truckers for Freedom or I posted something about freedom? Ooh, how dare you post that? I've had my freedom all along. Yeah, and I'm just like, honk, honk, sending out love. I don't know what your issue is. We need the Emergency Act. Okay, you want to live in that world? You want to live in that reality? I'm going to send you off with love and light. I'm not going to argue with you. Yes, you triggered something in me because I want more for you. But you know what? I can't go into your realm. You can spew off all your stuff and all your knowledge to me, but what I know, and I'm going to trust in what I know. May not be able to explain to you what I know. I just know that I know. And I'm going with it. I just know that the planets are aligning for me right now to make and create new changes in my life. I just know that. I can't explain it to you sometimes. I just know. And that's how we're moving towards. This is the new path. This is the new earth that we're going to. We're building up to a new moon next Tuesday. Whew! That new moon, holy shit. It's going to be a firecracker of a moon. So grab hold. A lot of you empaths are going to be feeling the intensity. You might be feeling pressure on your head. You might be feeling a lot of tingling. You might be getting headaches. You might be getting upset stomach. You might be feeling just totally overwhelmed and filled with anxiety. Call a friend. Call somebody. Don't get lost in the illusions. Don't get lost in our addictions. This is where we need to get out and come in and connect, because that is an opening. We'll never have a new moon like this. Never. Because where Jupiter and Neptune are with the sun and moon in Pisces, it hasn't been like that, since 1856? Making an alignment across from the United States Neptune. Wow. So what is your routine, Virgo? What's your routine? What are your connections? What are you being of service to? What is your health? What is your health routine like? Because health is going to come in big. Your routine is going to come big. And what are you being of service of? Who are you serving? What are you serving is going to come in. And this is going to bring up a lot of craziness, a lot of anxiety, a lot of overwhelmness, because it is a fearful thing, because we've never experienced this before on Earth, happening all at once. And a lot of times you just want to go back and just sort of sit back in your easy chair and sit back into the old. And totally, it's just so much easier over here. It is. It's so much easier. So much easier not to worry about what I'm going to do, what am I going to think. Just follow, just follow, just follow. But in comes this door. It's creeping open and sending in some light to you and saying, come on over here and play. We want to bring in these frequencies of great depths for you. These frequencies of transformation for you. A lot of it is unwritten. We don't know all of it yet. So that's what makes it so scary. We're going to see transformations and changes within governments. The thing is, as a society in a 3D world, we need governments. We need some form of government. Maybe not an overstay of government, but we do need some form of government. We do need some form of law and order. It's the way our society is. That's the way humans are. Okay? But how we are going to process that, how we want to create that in the new reality, in the new earth, that's the piece. That's the piece, right? The thing is that every human is infallible. Nobody's perfect. So even within whoever the politicians in, whoever the police are, whoever the nurses are, the doctors, the lawyers, anybody, we're all infallible. We all have faults. We all have things that aren't in our alignment, that don't work out. We all have things that are fucked up. So nobody's infallible. You know, I was raised in a Catholic church that the Pope is infallible. He can make no mistakes. I used to argue with my dad about that all the time. Well, when he is writing, yeah, there's times this. You know this for all of you. You know this when you are in that alignment, when you are receiving your downloads. But are you in it all the time? No. There are times that you just, you're receiving and you're writing and you're doing all that, but you can't be there all the time. It's not humanly possible without going insane. So we're in this beautiful energy of transformation and change. Want to show you something just before, and just to give you an understanding of some of the things that's happening, and so that you So there is a, turn it this way so I can see. There's a chart. It's called the major foreign holders of U.S. Treasury securities as of September of 2021. And Japan is the highest one. Japan holds $1.3 trillion. China's second at $1 trillion. And it goes all the way down. And when you look at that chart and when you look at it, the one country that isn't on there is Russia. Russia has been dropping their treasury bonds since 2018, the US Treasury bonds. They don't have any US Treasury bonds. So they're not owing any debt to the United States. They've been buying up gold and gold bullion. So they have one of the largest reserves of gold bullion in the world. They also had a huge surplus last year when it comes to the trade surplus. So they had a huge surplus when it comes into goods. So the thing is, if you're going to look at it, when you're looking at it in a realistic world, in a economic world, the thing is, for oil exports, they had more exports than they had imports because they didn't need them. So when you look at this and you wonder why, they're putting all these things on Russia, it's just like, okay, you might not like the person who's leading that country. I don't like the person who's leading my country. But we got to take a step back and see, why are you doing what you're doing? What are your reasons? Some might be good, some might be bad, but you got to come in with it with a non-judgmental way and take a realistic look at it. Take a real look at it and say, okay, why are you doing what you're doing? Even for yourself, why are you doing the things you do? What is your reasoning? I want to make money. Okay, that's honest. Why do you want to make money? So I can create a better business, so I can expand, so I can do more things. You're getting to your why. That's what you need to do. So just food for thought for all of you so that you guys can, take a little bit look into things, take a little realistic look at the world around you and within your own spiritual realm. If you are wanting to join me for my tarot class, it begins next Wednesday. It's $99. It's 5 weeks. We gather every evening and it is recorded. They are live. Okay. So they're live on Zoom. And I'm going to be setting up a messenger group with that. So let me know if you're interested in joining. It's $99 for the 5 weeks. We'll also be starting in March. Yes. Is it March? Around the end of March? I got to figure out when Easter is. But we're going to be doing the Karmic release workshop that's going to be coming up soon. And we're going to be doing the planetary, working with the different planets. So I'm going to be coming up, doing that class coming up probably in April. So we have a few classes that are coming up for you all. And they're all live and they're all on Zoom. So you can be anywhere in the world and join me. So there you go. Have a blessed one, everybody. Sending you out so much love. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say, in all that you be, and all that you do. Blessed be everybody. Bye-bye.